Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul mentor and communicator, and today I've got an intuitive reading for you to help you and benefit you on your journey and path at this time. So we're going to start with some divine animal oracle messages to get us started. And I also wanted to mention, if this reading resonates with you as we go on, there will be an extended version available for you. You can get to it through the link in the description below. Yours to rent for, I believe, a week. So anyway, let's get started here. Okay. We've got the hyena, which is fear, and the jaguar, which is release. Okay, this is a really big message here, Sagittarius. The release of fear, the release of toxins, the release of anything which is toxic to you. This is a deliberate choice that you're going to have to make to release these toxic energies from your field. Whether it's through paying attention to them, thinking about them, the negative thoughts that tend to come in and pull you down. This hyena lives in two worlds, you see. We have this lush, green, verdant kind of world over here, and then this very barren, nothing there for you kind of world. But the hyena is in both places. And that's really how we are as humans. This is a theme that goes way, way back, up to the 18th century and beyond, that we are, as humans, kind of living in heaven and hell at the same time. We have the propensity to connect to the divine, and people can do the kindest, most mind-blowing things that just make you so proud to be a human. And then that same person can turn around and do something totally shitty, right? They can do something totally horrible. And we have this little switch within us. All of us have this little switch within us. So the hyena is really asking you to choose, right? The situation isn't good or bad, neither or. It's just, which one are you in the same situation? Because that's what colors. The jaguar is giving you permission to do that deep, deep release of anything toxic, toxic thoughts, toxic people. But more than anything, it's attention to anything toxic. Okay, in this world, we can't have all of one thing. It can't be all light, all dark, all good, all bad, all shadow, all, I'll say light again. We have to have both for the contrast. So kind of like the hyena, the idea is, what are you paying attention to? Okay, because you can't control the presence of toxicity. It's going to exist because we also have beneficial things in our environment. We have to have duality. But what are you paying attention to? And the jaguar is saying, release your attention to anything toxic. Okay? So release your attention. Once you stop paying attention to it, once you stop giving it your energy, if it's a person, it'll either just go away because it's not getting fed, or, the law of attraction will start to work for you, where you're attracting more things that are better for you, this green side, than things that are toxic. Okay, let's see where you are and what's going on. All right, Sag. Okay, I forgot to mention, this is for Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I'm on a 2-week cycle with the astrology wheel. So if you'd like to check out your sun or moon sign, your moon or your rising sign, I'm assuming you're checking out your sun sign right now, just keep your eyes open for the next 2 weeks. They will be posted as I do them. Okay. So we're going to look at, all right, there we go. Happiness, mother of arrows in your mind, daughter of horns in the heart. And the physical level, strength. Okay, let's get a little bit of an extra soul message, please. Oh, okay, seems like we already got it. So I'm reading down a column is what we're doing. So I'll show you each card as we talk about it. We're going to start with the strength card. This is the energy of what you're having to encounter in your physical environment. Whenever the strength card comes up, I always think there's a reason for it, okay? There's a reason for something making you stand up strong, okay? So You may be encountering some tests. You may be finding yourself in an environment which does not feel supportive or nurturing. It feels kind of like this barren one over here. There's a lot of similarities between the barren landscape of this bear here and the barren landscape of this hyena card. So you may be finding yourself in territory that just doesn't feel great, and you're having to use every ounce of strength to stand up in this environment. But you have in that strength, it's not just the chance to rise up, it's actually that a doorway opens for you the more you can demonstrate that strength in your physical environment. And I feel this is a doorway to something higher or deeper, or if it's in your lexicon about different dimensions, this is another dimension that opens up for you once you stand up in your strength. But it is causing you to do things which are not necessarily comfortable to you. Bears don't often stand up. They're usually on their all fours, or maybe they're sitting up, but they don't usually stand up. So you're having to do things that are just not usual to show the universe essentially what your strength is and how strong your strength is. Okay, a little softer energy in your heart, the Daughter of Horns, that you're actually looking. This is the card of looking for that connection, looking for that new person, that new thing to be coming into your life. I'm going to clarify this a little bit more. Give me a little bit more. This Daughter of Horns to me feels like beginnings, like the heart beginning to stir, beginning to open up. Where are we looking? Death and Six of Swords. Six of Wands here to go with our Daughter of Horns. So this is about inner, excuse me, inner stirring. So this is about falling in love with even more parts of yourself. And there's a transformation happening here with this Death card, where again, you're having to overcome the lower nature. So this is really interesting. As you find yourself standing up to more and more tests in the outside, you find more and more of yourself kind of coming to life, right? Maybe this bear didn't know she could stand up, but she's standing up. So you're finding more and more of yourself. And this Daughter of Horns is starting to kind of get it. Starting to kind of say, you know what? I like this part of me. You know what? I love this part of me. This part of me is really great, because you see how successful you can be when you stand up with that strong part of yourself, and you're really starting to embrace it. Okay. Now, the mental level, we've got Mother of Arrows. There's still a sense that you feel or you think or you believe that you're giving too much of yourself to someone else or a situation, okay? There's a little bit of belief in identifying yourself as a martyr, so that you feel that you have to give yourself away. And so you're kind of looking out for that next time when you do that. And I want to just say to you, Sag, that this is a belief that you have. This isn't reality. This is just what you're thinking. You think you have to give yourself. You think you have to keep spending energy, giving out energy to those less deserving. And you don't have to do that. Okay, this is, I believe, where this attention thing is really important. Deciding what you're going to release attention to and what you're going to keep paying attention to. Okay, I've almost got the connection. It's like right there. Because in giving away part of yourself, believing that you have to give away part of yourself, it kind of ties you to that toxic energy. Does that make sense? So if you believe that you have to give of yourself and you have to give away yourself so that you have less for yourself, in order for that belief to be true, there has to be something for you to give your energy to, and that's going to be something that is toxic and draining. Okay, otherwise it doesn't feed this belief. So this is also a belief that you may want to consider shifting, because it's keeping you married and tied to that toxic energy. And finally, your message from Spirit. We've got the happiness card, 6 of Cups. Okay, this is really understanding that happiness is in the moment. Okay, it's in the moment, it's created by you, and I'm feeling like the message right now is about understanding that just because something is fleeting doesn't mean it's not worth living to the fullest. Okay, so it feels like with all of this stuff that's going on, all of these trials, all of these things, all of this toxicity, there are these moments of happiness and of bliss, but they just don't last long. Okay, but this message is, it doesn't matter how long they last. You can still fully enjoy them. And I'm going to get a little bit more on that. So in the extended version, or in the extended reading, I keep thinking like extended version, like the Lord of the Rings ones, where the movie ends up being like 6 hours long, but that's not what's going to happen here. In the extended video, we're going to actually go deeper into your soul's message and listen to you at this time. But for now, let's get a little bit more of what your spirit is telling you with this happiness card. This one just fell out, so hang on. Hierophant. Okay, so there's a lot of paths to this happiness, but you may be thinking that there's only one way to get there. Okay, this card is saying to you, this moment doesn't last very long, so let's maximize it by looking for it in as many paths as possible. Okay, it's not just one thing that brings you happiness. It's not just one thing that brings you that feeling of bliss and contentment. It's many things. Okay, and let's see if we can find different paths to get there. Okay, Sag, thanks for joining me. I do love doing these readings. They are so much fun. So if you'd like to go a little deeper, we're going to go more into the soul communication aspect, the soul's message in all of this, what your soul is trying to teach you and what it wants you to learn. So if you'd like to follow me over there, the link is in the description below, and I'll see you soon.